Um, okay, good morning, everyone. Right now, I will be discussing uh, the effects of the Oriental views. No, so I will be presenting to you uh, my handouts about the topic. So I believe this can be seen by everybody. So I have to start with the ethical teachings in Confucianism. So Confucianism or it is the Confucianism, Taoism, and Zen Buddhism actually emphasizes individual moral life in relation to others. So, meaning to say, class, when you are going to examine, the Chinese philosophy, it is more concentrating to uh, the on how the people actually treat, towards other people also. So, from the word itself, general humanism, meaning to say, they are showing concerns about the welfare of the humanity or the fellow man. So here, Chinese ethics is others oriented. No? So it is also known as general humanism. So Chinese loves practical wisdom. So yes, definitely, we can actually examine that one from their different, coming from the different views, no, ethical views of mga aning Chinese na mga religion, no, just like Confucianism, Taoism, and Zen Buddhism. So ato agyo makita no nga dili lang the person itself is the center of, or the person itself is actually the obligation of the person itself is only not to the limitations of itself, but the person has its obligation not only to the nature but also towards its fellow men. So this applies intelligence in certain or specific occasions. It's because Chinese people allows themselves to do no kanibang practical nga mga decisions, or they are going to think critically no before they are going to act for a specific problem or to a specific circumstances. So for Chinese people, so we have they have this what we call chi shu, or shu means study and chi means wisdom. So it includes pictographs of the mouth and the hand. So what does this pictographs actually represents for? The mouth represents to shall we say mingon ta class nga mukuan siya no, you have to share good mingon ta share the good news, and of course by means of action. So of course aside from that, no, everyone is encouraged no to put the knowledge, no, for to put the knowledge, to put the word into actions. Okay, so the hallmark of Confucian ethics is human heartedness. So mingon tag human heartedness. So of course, no, from the word itself, humanism, we can actually associate that one as tagaan na to og bili no sa atong kasing-kasing ang importansya dili lang sa atong kaugalingon but also sa atong isig katawo. So human heartedness in Confucianism runs in congruence with Confucius' injunction for human harmony with nature. So it was translating the innate laws of nature into action. So meaning to say, dire no sa Confucianism, no, uh, uh, founded by Confucius, dire no there is that presence of innate laws, mingon tag uh, innate laws of nature class that is within, no, it's not something that is being demanded coming from the outside, but that's the very nature of the human existence, no, like shall we say mingon ta og innate na to ang kanang atong personality, that is something that is innate, no, na atuan na ginano kaibuturan sa atuang kasing-kasing tumaw siya, the very nature of itself, no, nga nitumaw siya. Oh, kay nagagikan na siya sa imuhang pagkatao. Now, innate laws of nature, so diri no sa Confucianism, no, gi-represent niya diri ang I'm sorry. Uh gi-represent niya diri ang kaning ren, which means human-heartedness, no? We have, as you can see, there is love, benevolence, or charity. So unsa pa gyud, no? Unsa pa ang iyaha, no, nga kahulugan. So to love people and to control one's selfish desires for the good of propriety. So sa ato pa, uh, to love people, to ato higugmaon ang atong isig katawo, and at the same time, of course, what are the ways that we can actually, or we can say that we truly love the people. So of course, coming from that own selfish desires, no, atong kaugalingon nga kaning gitawag nato og kaugalingon natong kagustuhan, kaugalingon nato nakatuyuan, no, atong i-set aside, but we have to think what is the benefit or what are the good things that we can do for the majority or para sa kalambuan sa ato ang isig kaingon. So ye means righteousness, no? Refers to the oathness or to the rightness of action in a given situation. So meaning to say, mingon tag oathness, like for example, how does the human being ought to act? So both pasabot, we that is we are being obligated, no? We are obligated to do what is the right action, no, in a given situation. Now we can encounter different situations, but with all of that situations that we can encounter, what is actually encouraged gid sa tao is for us, no, to make a very decisive kayo nga desisyon, no, for us nga we can actually execute good actions without harming or without hurting other people. Now what matters is the motive of the action and not the consequence of the act. So mo nagingon, no, nga it doesn't really matter, no, if you are uh, like for example, no, kanang nibuhat ta og sakto, since we are in the righteousness, we ought to act something that is very righteous, no? O nya nang usa ka tawo, like for example, moingon tanong nga dili man nindot ang outcome, no, sa atoang nga gibuhat, wala man, even though not at all times, no, kay kaning pagbuhat og maayo kas not at all times mobunga dayon, no, og kaayuhan, dili man, no, but that doesn't mean that you are being defeated or you lose already, no, because as long as you are in the kaning pagkamatarong, then with that, that doesn't mean that you do less at all, no? Na siya'y bili, dako ka siya nga bili, especially sa kaning Confucianism nga pagtuo. Now, we have zong, which means or represents conscientiousness or atong konsensya, no, or unselfish concern for the welfare of the others. So of course, that is actually being capsulized, the golden mean that do not do unto others what you do not want do others unto you. So kaning consciousness, of course, no, atong applyan og principle of universality, this is also very important. You know what, when a person actually lack of this what we call conscience, so of course mo na makahimo sa tao nga mahimo kang bati, no, kay like for example, ang imong kaugalingon, no, mura nag imong gitabunan sa kangit-ngit. So the very nature of a human being, let's not forget, is kuan ta, no, maayo man gid ta, no. It's just so happened that there were circumstances that could actually push us, no, nga mahimong bati ang usa ka tawo, but that nevertheless, no, the people are actually conscientious by nature. Now we have li, no, which means propriety or conformity to what is socially acceptable in a conduct or speech. So rule of conduct that reflects a person's goodwill. So diri ang sali, no, something, no, that actually mingon tag conformity to what is socially acceptable. So of course, kung unsay gikauyunan sa kadaghanan, do not do something that is only for yourself, that is that could only lead, no, or that can only bring for your own benefit, but you have to act something, to actually gitawag na to, no, to please, no, majority of the people or makahatag kag kalipay sa mga kadaghanan, no, kumpara sa imuhang kaugalingon nga tinguha og ambisyon. Now what is xiao? So ika-fifth, no, means a filial piety or means respect, reverence, and honor of one's parent, blood relatives, or the family members as a whole. Now also refers to one's authentic concern for parents' welfare, both spiritual and emotional, including material or financial. Now, this is very important kaning Xiao, no, because according to the Confucianism or the philosophy, that is actually founded or authored by Confucius, ang kaning siya, no, we have to respect family, especially ang atong mga parents, ang atong mga relatives. Kay, you know why, naama sa tanang nga culture, no, as a Filipino, we actually respect the elder. Now, sa kanino na po sa kasuguan sa Confucianism, na of course we have to put importance also sa ato nga pamilya, because in the first place, no, we will not exist without them. Other than that, unsa pa may mas maayong kasuguan ni Xiao, ang family, no, being the kanibang gitawag na to og ang pinaka-basic, no, they are the basic foundations of the society. Now, ang family pod mo po na first school, no, or the school that actually or expected to actually teach what morality is all about, so diha pod magikan. So that's the reason why, at some point, no, makaingon bitaw tanong nga kani bitong ato ang culture, no, that is also being or that was actually being influenced by the oriental nga view of morality or ethics, no, kay kana nga ang atong mga ethical standards just like this, no, kaning paghigugma sa pamilya, since this is the origin, no, without them you cannot actually exist in this world. Murag nahug na tog utang na loob, no, especially to our parents, no. We have to help them, no, emotionally, spiritually. So daghan man, no, material or financial. So ana naman nahug na tog utang na loob nila. Now, superior man, no, there is that thing that is actually, or there is that very important kayo nga learning, no, nga na input sa Confucianism. The superior man is the man who uncovers the innate laws of nature by loving them. So it does not intend to uncover, no, the innate laws, no, but a virtuous man is loving, instead of uncovering or kana ba nga kana nga imuha nga kuana, no, imuha nga pugngan imong kaugalingon, no, nga kana bang mulungtad o multaw ang imuha nga kaugalingon nga pamatasan ana, no, you have to love them, no, because a virtuous man, no, regulates the behavior according to the golden mean. So di ano, that makes the man superior. So mo na usa sa pinaka-importante kayo nga gilantaw sa kaning Confucianism nga ethics, nga sama lang gyapon gud sa mga previous nga paghubad, no, nga ang ilahang moral imperative is of course, no, the man to become, in order for a man, no, to reach katong Brahman, no, mahimong nga hamtong ang usa ka tawo is when he himself will actually separate himself, no, sa kaning mga earthly desires nato, no, mga demands of flesh. In ani po, no, ang superior man, you will become a superior man according to Confucius if the man actually uncovers, no, kaning the innate laws of nature by loving them. So kanino imuha nga kaning laws of nature we have to respect, no, that kaning laws of nature actually exist, no, there's no any other way that the man can actually destroy that one, no, by means of unsa pa na diha, because that inevitably, no, the nature has its own laws that applies to the humanity. Dili lang kanibang law nga, like for example class, no, kaning kaning sa mga lalaki, no, it is very understandable that we cannot actually bear a child. Now the people has to respect about that one. Humingon ta og kaning nature, kaning to ang weather, no, actually the weather itself has its own nature, no, even kang mga nasa forest, mga forest, not literally nga nature ay give access lang, no, about sa forest or something, or sa water, or so and so the rest. The very nature of man also, no, like we exist because there is a particular reasons why we exist. So ingon na the innate law that is applied by nature has an impact, no, to the life not only for a single person but to the humanity. Now let's proceed with ethical teachings in Taoism. So we have Lao Tse or Lao Tzu, no? In Pinyin. No, this is actually coming from the word, no? Mo ni siya ilhana, no? Kung makakita mo ani uh, nga 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 Tao, no? Or kanang gods. That is gods to the Taoism. So authored the book Dao Di Cheng. So si Lao Tzu, no, or Lao Tse, the way and its virtue. So actually, Taoism is derived from the word Tao, which means road, way, or path. But according to the account, no, daghan kay siya og meaning. Daghan kay siya actually daghan siya meaning kaning Tao. But in the view of Lao Tse, it means the road, way, or path. Now there are three elements of Tao. We have the road, the human head, and the human foot. Now what are these? No, atuwa na siyang tukion. No, so Tao as the way means three things according to Lao Tse. First, Tao is the way of ultimate reality. So incomprehensible, indescribable, imperceptible, and inexpressible. So no ordinary human mind can understand it. No words are fit to describe it. Words cannot express it. No senses can perceive it. Or in other words, Tao is in itself inscrutable. No, di na to siya maukyad, no? He knows does not he according to Lao Tzu, he who knows does not talk, he who talks does not know. So murag lalom kay, no? Like for example, me, no, and myself personally, when I read about this one, this is something that could actually catches my interest, no? Kay ang tao ko, no, incomprehensible sa ato pa, dili na to siya makuha, no? Di ta makasabot niya, no? Dili ta easily maka-catch up, no? Indescribable, you cannot describe, no? So what is this matter? So the Tao here is actually gitawag siya the way of ultimate reality. So what is the ultimate reality? Siguro, no, kani siya ang magbubuhat or the creator. Kay you know what? The creator, no, represents himself to be kuan man, dili man nato siya makita, no? Dili nato siya maistorya, no? He prefer to be unknown to people. So siguro, no, that is one way also that they expresses or they actually represent that one as a Tao. Now second, Tao is the way of the universe. So as the way of universe, Tao manifests itself the course of things in nature. So sa buot pa paghubad, no, ang tao di ay nagmugna, no, or iyang gipakita, no, iyang gi-represent himself, no, pinaagi sa mga butang na ato nga makita sa palibot. So another that is actually beyond human control because nature has its own motion, course, and law. No? Tinuod, no, just like for example sa akong example kaganiha, no, nga ang tao, no, dili kita we cannot actually help, no, we cannot actually destroy, we cannot even change, no, kaning gikuan sa nature itself because it has its own motion, course, and law, no, the law of nature. So the law of nature works on for itself, no, it's not something that can be controlled by any human being. So the dynamicity of things or progressive motion of change is nature's own way, no? Ang mga matag kausaban, ang pagtubo sa mga tanom, ang pagdanag sa mga bituon, no? Ang mga bawd, ang mga high tide o low tide, we cannot actually stop that one, no? They have their own kaugalingon nila nga law of nature. Now, just like sa ato agod nga ato ang planet, no? They are moving in accordance to the accordingly, no? They are moving, no? In the accordance of orbit. Now, without the orbit, no, it's very impossible for them, no, to actually siguro di ta ka imagine, no, magbangga ng mga planets. Now they have their own law of nature that is actually being followed, no. Tao therefore act as the law that orders the reversals of nature. So ang tao kuno therefore as the law, na therefore act na as the law that orders the reversals of nature. So it was coming from the control of Tao. Who is that Tao, no? Ngayon gipasabot. No, di kay nato sila matungkad but since it is unknown, since it is incomprehensible, indescribable, imperceptible, and inexpressible, so meaning to say that is preferred to be unknown and that is something that represents the ano untay na ilan nga lain nga unknown, only the creator man, no. We do not know so much about our creator but coming from the inspired writings, no, kana bang mga sinulat gikan sa ihang kasuguan. So therefore bit by bit we intend to understand what he is and who he is. So third Tao is the way of human existence. So kanino the way of human existence. So kaning third Tao, no? It represents to the human being. Okay? In Chinese philosophy, reality is constituted of two opposing principles, which is the yin and the yang. Siguro no, everybody are familiar about that one, the circle, no, that is actually combined or actually composed of two colors, which is the black and the white. Yin signifies a softness, darkness, passivity, femininity, and etc. While yang signifies hardness, brightness, activity, and masculinity. Now, although seen to be in opposite poles, yet they cannot attract each other without the reversing movement of Tao. So they are from the opposite poles, no, but without the reversing movement of Tao. So of course, it's not. It is very impossible that the two, no, will attract with each other. No, so Tao produced the one produced the two produced the three. So, mas may gipasabon ni Tao produced the one, no? Second, the one produced the two. So, the two produced the three. Okay. So, the creator created the two, no? Uh, which actually represents the the right or the good and the evil. So, the two produced the three. So, what is the content of that two? The bad and the good. So of course that is actually how the human being was created, no? Atong sabto, no, the Almighty Father or the Creator actually created the two, no, the one produced the two. So meaning to say, the Creator created the good, no. Wa man siya ningon nga it cannot be denied, no, nga ang demon is actually created by God, no, the God himself, but it's not his intention. Because if we are going to look back, no, hinoon kani kay kuan man ni siya, no, Taoism man nga view. If we are going to look back, no, sa tuwa nga kaugalingon nga version is ang kaning bad or evil is actually an angel, no, and it was later then that nisupak siya, no, later then nisupak siya sa Ginoo until because he has that intention, no, to overpower, no, to actually he wanted to become like the creator, no, gusto niya nga iya nga malabwan, no. So muna nga he himself separate from that goodness niya, nahimo siyang bad. Okay, so the two, the goodness and the goodness and the righteousness of the nature or kaning duha ka buok, no, is actually ni combine sa tao. That makes the person a person. So meaning to say, nari tay good side, nasa tay bad side. So the one refers to tao, the two, Tao and Yin, and the three to Tao, Yin and Yang. So in other words, there can be no interplay between Yin and Yang without the participation of Tao. So without the participation of Tao, of course, there will be no interplay. No, we can never say that that particular act is an evil or that particular act is good. No, without the one who performs an action or the agent, which is the Tao. No, as the way of human existence, Tao refers to man's harmony with nature. So napos sila representation, no, as what I said a while ago nga kaning tao daghan kay siya og mga paghubad or meaning. So kaning human existence refers to man's harmony with nature. This is very important because we have to harmonize, no, with the nature. That's basically the truth, no, because you know what, uh if kita lang gud mabuhi lang ta nga kita lang, no, if we think of ourselves that we can stand alone without the presence of nature, then that is very possible, no. Kay even kanang mga hangin, that is part of nature, no. So kaning sun, that is actually part of nature. So it's very impossible for a human being to survive without nature. Now there is that representation of this what we call wu wei, no, which means passivity or no activity, to do nothing, no, in accordance to the Taoism belief, no. But this not doing nothing should not be construed as though it were not really not doing or really doing nothing, no. Wala to siyang sabton because it is not an undoing of anything at all. Kundili, wuwi means non-interference with the natural course of event. Atong sabton ha, ang gipasabot ani nga wuwi means passivity or no activity. But di siya pasabot las nga wala means no activity as in zero na gyud no that we're not going to do something. What is actually being emphasized here is uh, we are passive by means nga we are not going to destroy no what is the nature itself, or what is actually the normal or the law of nature itself, because the moment that we are going to destroy that one, of course that can actually result into this what we call inharmonious life or imbalance. Okay, so mabda nang ginguri, man has to harmonize himself with nature. Now ang pangutana, what is on how can a human being harmonize the nature? Now giingon diri no, since ang wuwi is not doing no, or kanibang passivity. So what unsa may kontra niya? Kaning gitawag overdoing, no? Overdoing is the contradiction of wuwi. This means distraction, not a construction. So man ought not to overdo what is natural. Instead, man should simply ride on, not to say in the course of nature. So meaning to say, we have to simply ato lang sakyan no ang kung unsay course of nature. We should not attempt not to change that one, because in the first place kita may ma-alkanse. So it's not undeniably no that the contemporary human being in this present generation, since we talk about contemporary, so karon yun na no. So today nature becomes man's enemy. Nga naman di we intend to destroy nature no, obsessed with exploiting, or in a milder kining term, conquering the nature. Yes, definitely that is true. No, this is even evident in today's advancement of science and technology. Like for example, nakita niyo diha no, contraceptives, cosmetology, nganong nahimo man na silang kontra, nanong na-categorize man na siya as overdue. Now, ang contraceptives, now, it is the very nature of a human being is to actually reproduce, no? So, in order for us, no, kana nga dili na ta managhan because of this rapid growth of population, the contraceptives were actually created, no? This actually aims nga iyang mapugnan no ang pagdaghan sa kaning gitawag na to population. Now, kaning pagtubo sa population kas na may other way nga natural lang no, without atong kung ikontra ang nature ana kas, the nature of kaning pagtubo or paglambo o pagkuan sa usa ka tawo, pagtumaw sa usa ka tawo, kaning contraceptive from the word itself, contraceptives meaning to say dili ka mabuntis. So that is not the very nature of the human person or the human being. If only you're not going to abuse, no? If only you're going to educate yourself to control your temper, to control your kaning gana, no? O ato pud nga kuano no, ato pud ibutang siya sa lugar. Now, the aspect of cosmetology, now undeniably in this present generation na daghan kayo no nga kanang mga magpakuan no, pa sana magpakilay no, kana ba nga ang kilay kanang sana butangan og patik no, ang kilay ang kana nga patikan siya kuan ba permanent na ba no, napoy lips nga pwede siya i-permanent nga red no, daghan kay siya og kuan no karon in the present kayo nga time. Now genetic engineering, so in genetic engineering pwede na mag crossbreeding no, like for example kanang mga iro no nga or other forms of animals ilang i-crossbreed no nya to know what is the result no. Other than that, kaning surrogate motherhood katong mga dili maka katong mga lalaki nga mga baog, or like for example shall we say ang babae may baog no, in capacity to reproduce child no. So ang ilang buhaton is ang katong husband mo inject og kana nga ang husband no, ang husband ang iyang sperm cell, there comes that egg cell from the other woman, i-inject na to sa babae nga mama or asawa sa usa ka lalaki nga dili ma-produce anak. So in that sense motubo diya sa iyang saka no, which is not coming from her own nga kuan genetic nga kuan. So man na motubo sa aton ka anak sila, but actually that particular child is not coming from her own genetic nga linya. Okay? So male pregnancy, siguro no, this is not very famous, but I do believe siguro since this was actually included here na siguro ni no sa gawas ng mga nasod sobra ka high tech no kaning pag ato ang pagkuano sa ato ang pag kaning pagkuan sa atong mga habitat sa mga animals atong nature atong gubon labayag sagbot ana no so we are trying to destroy the nature so mo na nga mao na siya nakatawag og inharmonious or imbalance of nature no so in some moral imperative in Taoism is that man should strive to establish a harmony between himself and nature practicing wu wei because if you're not going to practice that one then dako possibility nga magmiligro ang atong kinabuhi okay Confucianism and Taoism therefore are one in their demand that man should harmonize himself with nature and that is definitely true no we have to harmonize with nature now the only difference is that while Confucianism the harmony is active so sa ato pa sa Confucianism the harmony is active in Taoism the harmony is passive kay kani mong gud sa Confucianism di ba atong balikan di ba unsa may kasuguan unsa may moral imperative sa Confucianism of course we have to love our fellow men no we have to do something for our fellow men no we have to be very careful not to hurt our fellow men sa Taoism ang harmony niya is passive do not do or do not intend or do not attempt not to overdo something so that you cannot destroy the nature kuha na to class so I hope no you have learned something